All right, here we go. The last episode of season 1, episode 124, Family Portrait. Well, we did 22 of the 24 episodes for this first season, and from here on out, we will do every episode. There is one episode in a much later season, 7, I want to say, probably, where I missed a couple days, but I think we'll still do that episode anyway. That's a long time down the line, though. Family Portrait. What do I remember? I remember the last scene. I know that it was about the portrait and how important it was to Claire and how she wanted everything to be perfect. We kind of see Claire's ADHD or OCD, I should say, not ADHD. Kind of OCD and how she likes orderly things and everything to be perfect. And she was very, if I remember, she was very. This portrait was very important to her. I remember the last scene because it was the exterior of the Jay and Gloria house, and not the last. It's the last big scene because I think the tag is her looking at the picture, maybe, or the voiceover of them looking at the pictures. Um, and I remember where we hung the picture was right in that entryway in the Dumpy house, right? I think as soon as you walk in the door, it would have been the thing on your left, and then in later seasons we cut that out. We'll talk about it when we get there. Other than that, I don't remember a lot about the other storylines. So let's just get into it. We will get up and going, and we will start with episode 124, Family Portrait. All right, 124, Family Portrait. Let us see what we've got.
Oh, hey, honey, have a great time at the game.
Thanks.
Why are you crunching?
Ordinarily, I'm a rule follower, but when someone tells me I can't bring my own snacks into their stadium, that's when I get a little nuts. It's a free country, right? Let's just say it ruffles me when some goobers tell me I have to spend half my payday on their hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Please, just
Okay, so that is the classic say it but can't show it scenario there. So you see, we named a bunch of different products by different companies, but we didn't show any of them. If we say it, and then we have to show that product, and that is why it was all stuff that I just made. I put stuff I think in his sweatsuit there, so it looked rumply and stuff like that. But it wasn't the product that we were probably talking about, and a lot of the sound effects were probably added in post as well. But that is the say it, can't show it. So we didn't see Payday, we didn't see Ruffles or anything like that.
remember the family portrait. We only had the photographer for an hour.
It was great. It is the basketball game.
What can I do for you?
You like being a basketball player?
Serious?
I choked. I didn't think you'd look up here at me.
Little preparation next time. It's a mental game.
Duly noted.
All right.
So this was the first time that we met Pau Gasol and Kobe Bryant. Actually, Kobe, a season or two later, came to set one day, so we got to see him again. It was shot at Staples Center at the time. Now it's the Crypt, but at the time it was Staples Center. And we went down there. I don't think it was a full. Maybe it was the full crew. But yeah, we went down, and I think it was or maybe it might have been an abridged crew, but it was a decent amount of us still. And the kids were super excited because they got to meet Kobe and Powell and the Lakers, and then I think we have a scene where Powell and Gloria talk, right? Yeah, so great day.
Not because I'm cheap. It's a matter of principle. Plus, I...
And there beside our fantastic cast is our creator, Steve Levitan, right there to the left of Sophia, Gloria, and to the left of him was our producer, Chris Smirnoff. So they were in the seats to the left and right because you don't know exactly what's going to be the best shot until you get there. So we booked a small block of seats so that we could move our actors to the spots where we could best film them. Everybody else, I think, are actual patrons that we probably had signed releases. To be truthful, I'm not sure how that second part worked. I know we did have background, so I would think that I gave people certain items, but for the most part, I think those were real people. I mean, like when I say real people, I mean, not.
I get a little rush from the
Hired.
danger. Be cool, be cool, be cool.
So my recollection
My wife's dad's second wife, so
is that we did this a couple of times actually to get this. You make a deal with the stadium because we did this obviously during a live game. So I think we had certain times that we were given when we would be doing the Kiss Cam footage, and so we were in touch with the booth so that we knew when we could film the Kiss Cam sequence. So they'd be like, okay, we're going to go to the Kiss Cam because there's a timeout here and we have a chance to pop off our shots. Also, I would love to say a quick heads up to our multi-Emmy award-winning sound mixer, Steve Thibault, who does fantastic work. Fantastic work. I mean, if you're winning Emmys, you obviously are doing good work, but this is a crowded Staples Center, and you still hear them insanely clearly. Also, as a side note for our sound brothers and sisters out there, when you see our looping, you will notice, and you guys have probably seen it on other shows as well, when you do looping, which is to get a line by an actor and try to sync it up because you didn't get it on the day, there are shows out there that just absolutely don't care about it and do it terribly. When you're watching a show and then all of a sudden all the ambience of the room is gone and the line is just sounds like it's somebody standing in a closet to deliver that one line, and then you're back into the show and the ambiance is there. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Somebody went down to the looping session in a completely different place 4 weeks later, and they looped their lines, and then the show just put it in, and it's terrible. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Thibault would always try to do it either that when we didn't get the line, we would do it later that day, or he would try to do it in the area that sounded very similar to the area we shot it in. And you can tell the difference. You very rarely notice when we have loop a line. And we've done it. We do it. And he is just so good at his job that you would hardly ever notice. And you got to take a lot of pride and respect to a person that takes the job so seriously and does it so well. So shout out to them. But yes, so anyway, we would do the Kiss Cam. We probably did it we only had 2 chances at it, maybe 3 chances at it, and then it would have been done. So our actors had to know their lines and get it maybe once or twice per time that we could do the Kiss Cam.
legally okay, but still weird. That was awkward. And we're back.
Ay, come on, it's not a big deal.
Notice the Greek, there it is. It's kind of a square. This sequence, genius. And this was all Jason Weiner's idea. Very close. That's the closest. That was probably the closest shot we've ever done. Jason does have a very cinematic eye.
Then one day,
Oh man, geniusly done. That was all Jason's idea to shoot it in slow motion, and it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly, and great shot selection. Things like that will be 3 departments. That was myself in props. That was special effects, and that was Josh as the on set. It was a breakaway glass, obviously, in the picture, and the glassware that gets hit by the log. Special effects would have rigged the fire hydrant, or no, I'm sorry, not fire hydrant, fire extinguisher. What else did we hit there? Thames Racket was me. Josh would have had to reset. I remember Josh resetting those curtains every time. Pillow was me. So the things you see with the pillow, you want to get, there's 2 types of pillow stuffing. The normal is just very small, finely pieces of feather for a feather pillow, but it's all super small and incredibly small bits. And the other is full feathers, like full, long, big feathers. You won't see full, long, big feathers in any of your pillows at home. It's all the small stuff. But you don't want to use that for 2 reasons. One, it doesn't look as good on camera. When you hit it and you see the big feathers come flying out, it looks so much better on camera. But the second reason, which is actually so much more important, is because the feathers can be inhaled and then get stuck in your lungs, and it becomes an incredible infection. So you don't use that stuff because the actor is going to hit it, it's going to go in the air, they're going to breathe it in, and they're going to end up getting a lung infection. So that is why you use actual long, big feathers, which are more expensive, but you do, you send these pillows, you get the pillows, you choose whichever pillow pattern you want, and then you go and get 4 or 5 of those made. And then I probably had other pillows standing, I'm sorry, not other pillows standing by, but other feathers standing by, so I could restuff the pillows too, because what it was where you would have the zipper, we probably put Velcro in there, and a light Velcro, so it's kind of Velcroed shut, and that way when Jesse was hitting it, the Velcro would break open and the feathers would go everywhere. It was probably rigged that way. So a great scene. and the extreme closest on Eric. We've never done that since, ever. Those are the closest that we've ever been on anybody, unless it was an absolute gag shot.
Well,
Oh my God.
What we did for the basketball game, if you're wondering how we get those shots, is that camera was on the other side of the court and then would shoot all the way across. And that's how we got that. We had seats we had seats for our actors over in this side close, and then probably in the second level we got seats for the crew that needed to be there, which were the camera operators, probably the first, the focus pullers, and probably the one of the, and each had an AC with them. And then we shoot the whole way across and pick off those pieces. If you're wondering where I was during that whole thing, me and Marmar, who was the on-set costumer, took seats probably right around the 10th row underneath the hoop. So we were on this side of the court, and we sat and watched the game. It's the best seats I ever will ever have to a Laker game, most likely. And it was a fantastic day at work because I handed out what I needed to hand out to my actors, and then I sat and watched a Laker game and got paid for it. So some days this job does not suck.
Danny, let's go change.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
how do you turn the sprinklers off?
Aye, of course, because I'm Latina. I'm supposed to know everything about gardening and sprinklers.
You were here when they installed it.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
The boxes across the yard.
You mean, soaking wet yard? That's great.
All right, so that box was actually put in by Josh. Again, you just add what the scene calls for. You read the script, you're like, oh, I guess we got a sprinkler box that we've probably never seen in the back of Jay and Gloria's yard, but we've never looked at it that clearly. So, and I can promise you, when we go back there, it's never been in another scene since. So you just add what you need, like the button on the escalator. Add what you need for whatever it calls for in the scene.
They're screwed.
No, we're not. We haven't unwrapped our secret weapon yet.
So obsessed with everything being perfect. Look at us here all in white.
So, this day, I remember it was actually in the backyard of the Jay and Gloria house location. As you can see, the backyard was surrounded on three sides by tall trees. And the sun was going down. At this time, she says the sun going down, so we're shooting it later in the day. You can see a little bit of the sun highlighting. I don't believe that was our lighting department. I believe that was the actual sun peeking through. But it was getting dark, and we were not getting our shot. And people were starting to get nervous. I remember we were not getting this piece. It's a very long piece. And it has a lot of beach to it. For the ending of a show. So, and it was, getting darker. And I remember people kind of being, all of us, being like, we need to get this together and get this. And I remember Jason's, as we're talking and giving notes and doing things, Jason was like, yeah, as I like this because as everybody on this side kind of gets more tense, I think everybody on the other side gets more loose. And I think that's how it should be. And I remember thinking, well, that's bullshit. Just get the shot. I don't know if that's just something you say to try to keep people loose, but I don't think he was saying it to the actors. I think he was just saying it to, I don't know, somebody. Maybe he was. Maybe he was saying it to the actors to keep them calm. But I was like, that is some serious BS. It's going down. We all got jobs to do. Let's do our job. And we got it. And it looks great. But I remember that all of us that day, it was getting dark. As an aside, it wasn't the darkest we ever shot. That will come at the boys' wedding. And we will save that story until then.
What are we, a cricket team? Newsflash, life is not perfect, Claire.
So good. All right.
To
Yep.
the right, to the right, and scotch to the left.
All right.
There
Yep.
we go.
That's where we're hanging.
Whatever. I'm gonna have to take the picture down when I repaint the wall anyhow.
Kill me now.
What?
Don't know how I got so lucky. I love you.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
All right, so that picture is on the wall, like we thought when we walk into the front door of the Dumpy House. And on the left was a solid wall. And then, I don't know if it's season 2, season 3, somewhere, we cut that wall out because it was killing us. It was hard for us to get angles for shots that were coming down the stairs. It was hard for us to get shots at the door because there was a piece of wall in the middle. So you will see in later episodes, we cut that whole piece right out, and it was just an open, not a completely open wall because there was a bar piece that came down, but the middle was completely cut out.
Oh.
And that is not exactly what they did look. Obviously, we did our best to, and we used the pictures we shot, but Claire also photoshopped mud onto them. So that picture, they are much dirtier than they were actually when we shot the scene, because the mud that they had on there wasn't showing up and wasn't doing what we wanted it to do to sell just how muddy they were. So we didn't get it on the day. So Claire just touched up in Photoshop and made them all look a little bit more muddy. And, you know, look how great that picture is. That's a fantastic picture. Great job right there. Looks great. Great episode.
Is that a chip on the frame
No.
right there?
No.
I can see it.
Honey.
Great episode. Great season finale. I had forgotten that all three storylines were awesome. We did have the stuff where Gloria and Pal were talking, but it didn't make the cut. I remember us shooting that. We had a scene where they were talking because their languages are similar, but you know, certain words that were different. And I thought we had a scene where they were talking, kind of the behind, before the game. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we just, that was stuff that we were shooting for our behind the scenes stuff. That's interesting. I don't remember now, but I know there was a shot of those two talking. Great first year. Let me know what you guys thought. I know that if you're watching this, you probably loved it. Let me know what you think about this episode. Also, get a chance, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Maybe pass this off to a friend if they would like to. You think they'd like that content? But it was a good first season. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for spending it with me, and thank you for just enjoying the same thing that I enjoy, which is how much fun this show was, both to work on and to watch. But we'll be back next week. We'll start season 2, but until that time, see ya.